Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. So this is about me. I am a computer science gate faculty having more than 5 plus of teaching experience, mentored more than 50,000 students, taught in different coaching institute all over India. Okay, it's like the Gate Academy, even qualified multiple times Gate, and even I have given the coaching in many government colleges as well as in many private colleges. Like in SRM Chennai, I have given coaching. CAT Bhubaneswar, I have given. BC Bhagalpur, Jorhat College of Engineering, Guwahati University, Dibrugarh University, Government College of Engineering and Technology, Jammu, Ramgarh Engineering College. Okay, these are the colleges where I have went and I have given the coaching. Simplification of context-free grammar. So how to simplify a context-free grammar? First, you have to do removal of null production. First, you have to do removal of null production. Then you have to do removal of unit production. This is your step 1. Okay. Step 1. How to simplify context-free grammar. First, you have to do removal of null production from the grammar. Then step 2, you have to do elimination or removal of unit production. And third step is step 3 is elimination of useless symbol. So step 1, first you removal of epsilon production. Step 2 is elimination of unit production. Step 3 is elimination of useless symbol. So in this way you have to do. So if given a context-free grammar, if they will ask you to simplify this, then first you should do this, then this, then this. If you don't follow this order, then you have to do once more, means something will happen, the problem will happen, that I will show you with example what the problem you will get. So now we will see elimination of null production. How to eliminate null production? Any production of the form non-terminal derives epsilon is called null production. Example: E derives epsilon is a null production. E derives epsilon is a null production. C derives epsilon, it's a null production. So any production of the form non-terminal deriving epsilon, okay, then it is called null production. Another is nullable production. What is nullable production? In any derivation, in any production where epsilon is derived indirectly, it's called nullable production. So in any production where epsilon is derived indirectly, it's called nullable production. So in any production where epsilon is derived indirectly, like example, A derives epsilon, it's a null production. B derives epsilon is a null production. S derives AB. These two are null production. Okay. Now this S derives AB. Now A will derive epsilon, you will get B. Then B will derive epsilon, you will get epsilon. So that is deriving, ACE is deriving epsilon indirectly. Okay, in any production where epsilon is indirectly is called nullable production. Called nullable production. Is it clear? So give a note and write the language self-contain, the language itself contain epsilon, then we will not able to and we will not be able to eliminate, then we will not be able to eliminate all the epsilon production, will not be able to eliminate all the epsilon production. We at least have one important, we at least have one production, epsilon, and in that case the start symbol will derive epsilon. The language itself contain epsilon, the language itself contain epsilon, then we will not be able to eliminate all the epsilon production, that is null production. We at least have one production deriving epsilon, and in that case start symbol will derive the epsilon. Okay, the language does not contain epsilon, and if the language does not contain epsilon, then we can eliminate all the null production from the grammar. Then we can eliminate from the So what I mean here, if a language like L equal to A plus, you can give a grammar like this: A equal to A is, okay, and A can give equal to A, then A derive A. Now see, ACE is deriving A, then A deriving epsilon, we are getting A. This language is not having A, A2, A3, A4. This language is not having epsilon, but its grammar, which is generating any number of A, it is having a epsilon. It is having a epsilon. A derives a, epsilon production is there. So you can remove epsilon production if a language is not having a epsilon in it. So you can directly write A derives A as A. This is the simplest. So this is called a simplification. So if a language is not having epsilon in it, you can remove that. Okay, is it clear? What in language like L equal to A star, it is having epsilon in it. Now A is epsilon. Now it will have the null production. You will not able to remove the epsilon from it because it is already having, means from all production you will not able to remove epsilon. At least start symbol will derive epsilon. Okay, at least start symbol will derive epsilon. So if a language is containing epsilon in it, then at least start symbol will derive epsilon. You will not able to eliminate all the null production. At least start symbol will generate epsilon. And if a language is not containing epsilon in it, then you can eliminate all the null production from the grammar. So now we will take example and we will eliminate the null production from the grammar. So your start symbol is generating ASB, then AAB. Okay, and A is generating epsilon. So step 1 first is you have to find out null production and nullable production. So step 1 is saying, see, in this example only I will write the steps. Later onward I will not write the step. Okay. So find out all the null production. Find out all the null production and find out all the null production and nullable. Find out all the null production and nullable production. Find out all the null production and nullable production. So you are going to get this is null production and nullable is not there. Step 2. Step 2 I require in different, I will write in different slide. Step 2. Step 2. Step 2 is saying after finding out nullable and null production null production after finding out nullable and null variable, go to the right hand side of every production, and wherever that nullable and null production, wherever that nullable and null variable, wherever that nullable and null variable are present, write that production with that nullable variable, and null variable, or slash if it is nullable or null variable, that nullable slash null variable, and without that nullable slash null variable. Now let me explain step 2. After finding out nullable and null variable, go to the right hand side of every production, and wherever that nullable and null variable are present, write the production with that nullable null variable and without that nullable and null variable. Means first you have to include that variable and later you have to not include. Means in place of that you have to substitute it with epsilon. Okay. So you got here what I mean. You got that only epsilon was derived. Okay. So you no need to write that ASB. Write the grammar. Say simple way. See what I mean. Let me explain it once more. You are having that grammar. First out, step 1, find out all the null and nullable production. You find out this is a null production. Okay. So this is a null variable. Then step 2, write the grammar without the null production. Null production I am saying. Okay. Step 2, write the grammar without the null production. And after that, wherever you are seeing that it is a null variable or nullable variable, write the grammar without that. So this is a null variable, write that production without that. So it is going to be AB. If you remove that, if you derive here epsilon, you will get AB. This is your answer because there is no more null production. Let me know whether it is clear or not. तो स्टेप 2 में आपको क्या करना है, नल प्रोडक्शन को हटा के पूरा ग्रामर को लिख दीजिए। जहाँ भी नलेबल और नल वेरिएबल है उसके जगह आप इप्सिलॉन सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दीजिए, जो आएगा प्रोडक्शन वो आप ऐड करके लिख दीजिए। यहाँ पे जब सब इप्सिलॉन सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो आपको ए बी मिलेगा, तो आप लिख दीजिए उसे। क्लियर है ये सभी को? सो दूसरा एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं। विथ एग्जाम्पल्स इट विल बी मोर। देखिए एक चीज़ और भी आप देख सकते हैं, फ्रॉम स्टार्ट सिंबल यू आर जनरेटिंग ए गोइंग हेयर, बट यू आर नॉट हैविंग ए प्रोडक्शन ए। प्रोडक्शन ए नहीं है आपके पास, आप इसे हटा सकते हैं। आप डायरेक्टली क्या लिख सकते हैं, बिकॉज प्रोडक्शन इज नॉट हेयर सो यू कैन एलिमिनेट। ओके, सिंस ए इज no more present, since a is no more present, so s derives asb, eb is the simplification। ठीक है, यूजलेस हो गया, हाँ यूजलेस हो गया, वो हम बताएंगे, यूजलेस हो गया बताएंगे। चलिए नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल पे जाते हैं। सो द नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल इज s derives ab, then a derives a epsilon, b derives b epsilon। तो solution step 1 is saying find out the null production. A derives epsilon is null production, B derives is epsilon null production, and S derives epsilon is the nullable production, because through A null then B null. Now step 2 is saying write the grammar without the null production. You write the grammar without the null production. S derives AB, then A derives AA, then B derives BB. Now wherever you will get epsilon, wherever you will see in the right hand side null and nullable variable, substitute with that epsilon. So if you substitute A with epsilon you will get B, you will substitute here epsilon you will get A, here AA, here BB. Okay, so in this way you have simplified it. And see here, when you substitute A and B both you will get epsilon, because now you have to go in the right hand side and you have to check wherever the nullable and null variable are there, you have to substitute with epsilon and write the production. So first you have substituted here epsilon, you got B. Here you substituted B, you got A. Here you substitute both A, B, you got epsilon. Here you substituted A, you got A. Now you substitute both A, you will get A. Substitute both B, you will get B. Is it clear? Now see that this language is deriving epsilon. Only start symbol can derive epsilon after elimination. If this production was there, if we will assume that this is not a start symbol, then we will not able to write epsilon. Then we will not eliminate both. Since it is a start symbol, that's why we are eliminating both A and B. Because if it is if in the language is having epsilon, then start symbol will generate epsilon. अगर लैंग्वेज में इप्सिलॉन है तो स्टार्ट सिंबल ही इप्सिलॉन सिर्फ जनरेट करेगा। क्लियर है सभी को? पहले नल वेरिएबल और नलेबल वेरिएबल पता किए, ए नल डिराइव कर रहा था, बी नल डिराइव कर रहा था, ये दोनों क्या हुए, नल वेरिएबल। ए इनडायरेक्टली नल डिराइव कर रहा है जब ए इप्सिलॉन बी इप्सिलॉन इनडायरेक्टली। फिर ग्रामर को लिख दिए जैसे है, सिर्फ नल प्रोडक्शन को हटा के हम लिख देते हैं, नल प्रोडक्शन को हम हटा के लिख देते हैं, नल प्रोडक्शन को हटा के हमें बस ग्रामर लिख देना है उसी तरह। उसके बाद हमें क्या करना है, जहाँ जहाँ नल और नलेबल वेरिएबल है उसको एप्सिलॉन से सब्स्टिट्यूट करके देखना है। बी को जब सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे नल से तो ए मिलेगा, जब ए को सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो बी मिलेगा, जब दोनों को सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे नल से तो हमें क्या मिलेगा, एप्सिलॉन मिलेगा। जहाँ जहाँ नलेबल और नल वेरिएबल है उसके राइट हैंड साइड में जाइए और उसको एप्सिलॉन से सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दीजिए। यहाँ ए को सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे नल से, क्या मिलेगा, ए मिलेगा। फिर दोनों को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दीजिए नल से, क्या मिलेगा, ए मिलेगा। अब फिर यहाँ एक बी, देखिए यहाँ पे दोनों, अगर इस ए को सब्स्टिट्यूट किए नल से तो ए मिला, अगर इस ए को भी करेंगे तो भी ए ही मिलेगा, इसलिए हम एक ही बार ए लिख रहे हैं। अब दोनों ए को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिए नल से, ए मिला, एक बी को सब्स्टिट्यूट किए तो हमें बी भी मिला, दोनों बी को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिए तो बी मिला। क्लियर है क्या? ट्राई कीजिए आप लोग, फर्स्ट यू पीपल ट्राई, देन आई विल सॉल्व। एस डिराइव्स ए बी ए सी, this is capital A, this is capital C, A derives BC, B derives small b epsilon, C derives capital D epsilon, D derives small d. Okay, D derives small d. So step 1, see here I have told you that यहाँ पे here we have substituted both A and B as epsilon because S is the start symbol. If let us assume A is generating AB, then only B and only A you will get. Both you can't generate. Both you can't substitute with epsilon because it is not a start symbol. Only start symbol can generate epsilon. Okay, not other. That I have told you. So in next question that I have given you, step 1, we have to find the null production. Step 1 is saying you have to find the null production. So B derives null and nullable. B derives epsilon, C derives epsilon. Here BC is there. So A derives epsilon is our nullable production. Okay. Now step 2. Write the grammar. Write the grammar without having the null production. Without having the null production, write the grammar. Without having the null production, write the grammar. Okay, without having the null production, write the grammar. Okay, fine, you have written. Now go to the right hand side, variable you will see null and nullable variable. Null and nullable variable, substitute with epsilon and write. So A is there, then BAC you will get. Substitute C, then you will get A, BA, and when you will substitute both A and C, you will get BC also, BA also. Substitute B, you will get C. Substitute C with epsilon, you will get B. Here you will not able to substitute both B and C as epsilon because it's not a start symbol. Only you can substitute both symbol as epsilon if it is a start symbol. And in right hand side, go to the right hand side. Here D is there. Okay. So this is your, after simplification you are going to get this. Is it clear? Null production, removal of null production. Now see, after eliminating null production, you are getting unit production in the grammar. This is called as unit production. When one non-terminal is generating another non-terminal, it is called unit production. And this is also useless. C deriving D, then D deriving small d. You can directly write C derives D. Why to have another non-terminal? It will just waste your memory. Okay. So after removing null production from the grammar, you are going to have unit production in the system, means in your grammar. So that's why I have told you that first eliminate null production, then go to unit production, because after eliminating null production from the grammar, you are going to get unit production in the grammar. Okay, so right, eliminating null production, eliminating null production is going to add, eliminating null production is going to add unit production. Eliminating null production is going to add unit production, and unit production is also, and unit production is also, and unit production is also useless. And unit production is also useless. So we also need to, remove. So we also need to remove unit production. We also need to remove unit production. If it is done, then please let me know. I will go to the next slide. Now we will see elimination of unit production. Now elimination of unit production. Now we are going to do elimination of unit production. Okay. So what is unit production? Any single variable deriving, any single variable deriving another deriving another single variable is called unit production. Called unit production. Any single variable deriving another single variable is called unit production. Non-terminal deriving another non-terminal. Okay. So I'm not saying that it will generate same symbol. Okay. It can have A derives A also. It can have B derives C also. Only one non-terminal should generate another non-terminal. It's not required that it should be same. Okay. See example 1. Example 1 is saying A derives A, B derives A, then BB, then A derives A plus BC, then B. Solution. Step 1. First you have to find unit production in the grammar. Unit production in this grammar is given. Unit production in this grammar is given. So first you have to find the unit production in the grammar. So unit production here is A derives B, B derives A, and A derives B. So step 1 is first you have to find the unit production in the grammar. Unit production in this grammar is A derives B, B derives A, A derives B. Now step 2 saying first write grammar without using unit production and then write all the production which we miss out after removal of unit production. Which we miss out after removal of unit production. So you have to first write grammar without using unit production, then write all the production which we miss out after removal of unit production. So first you have to write the grammar without having the unit production in it. So you are going to have A derives B. This is the unit production. You have to remove that. So write the grammar without using unit production. So A, then B derives BB, then A derives A, BC. Then they are saying that then write all the production which you miss out after removal of unit production. Then you have to write all the production which we miss out after removal of unit production. So you miss out S derives B. You missed out. So after this S derives B you miss out. So because of that S was going to B, and because of that B was going to A and BB, and then A was going to this. So I have to write B was going to A, BB, then A was going to A, BC, B. And whenever I am writing this thing, don't see, this is the under construction grammar. You see this one, the given grammar. Okay. So this is the, again you got B, again you got, so you got a loop, so you have to stop here. So you are missing A, BC and BB you are missing. Previously ACE was able to generate A, BC and BB by using the production B, that you are missing out if you are removing this production. So you have to write this A, BC and BB also. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Let's take another. So there I missed B derived A, which I missed. I have removed B derives A. So after removing B derives A, what are the production that I am missing that you have to write here? So by A it was going to A, B, C, then B. A, B, C, then B. Again you got B, so you stop here. So previously B was able to generate A, B, C, but now it is not able to generate A, B, C. So that also you have to write A, B, C. For A also you see. देखिए A के लिए देखिए समझ में आ जाएगा. देखिए मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, पहले मैं पता किया कि कौन कौन सा यूनिट प्रोडक्शन है. ठीक है, पहले मैं पता किया कौन कौन सा यूनिट प्रोडक्शन है इस ग्रामर में. इस ग्रामर में हमारा यूनिट प्रोडक्शन क्या, एस डिराइव्स बी यूनिट प्रोडक्शन, बी डिराइव्स ए यूनिट प्रोडक्शन है, ए डिराइव्स बी हमारा यूनिट प्रोडक्शन है. ठीक है, अब क्या करना है, हमें पता कर लिए यूनिट प्रोडक्शन क्या है. अब उसके बाद क्या करना है, ग्रामर को लिख दीजिए बिना यूनिट प्रोडक्शन के. ग्रामर को लिख दीजिए बिना यूनिट प्रोडक्शन के. तो अब बी हटा दीजिए, ए हटा दीजिए, यहाँ भी बी हटा दीजिए. अब इसे हटाने के बाद जो जो प्रोडक्शन आप मिस कर रहे हैं उसे आप लिखिए. जो जो मिस कर रहे हैं उसे आप लिखिए. ठीक है, ये था. अब जो आप मिस कर रहे हैं उसे आप लिखिए. पहले क्या था, एस बी को डिराइव कर रहा था. ठीक है, ग्रामर हमारा क्या था, एस ए बी, बी हमारा था ए बी बी, फिर ए हमारा ए बी सी और बी था. तो पहले एस बी को डिराइव कर रहा था. ठीक है, अब नहीं कर रहा है. तो क्या मिस कर रहा है, एस बी, बी के थ्रू कहाँ जा रहा था, ए और बी बी, ए और बी बी. अब ए कहाँ, ए के थ्रू कहाँ जा सकता था, ए बी सी और बी, फिर बी मिल गया. देखिए यहाँ हम बी से ही कर रहे थे, हमें पाथ में फिर लूप मिल गया ना, तो हम रुक जाएंगे. क्यों, क्योंकि फिर तो एक ही चीज मिलेगा ना. तो पहले एस को जब बी था प्रोडक्शन तो उसे ए बी सी और बी बी मिल रहा था. ठीक है, लेकिन अब नहीं मिल रहा है क्योंकि वो बी हटा दिया. तो जो प्रोडक्शन वो मिस कर रहा है, इसको हटाने से वो हमें लिखना होगा. तो ए शुड ऑल्सो जनरेट ए बी सी एंड बी बी. समझ में आया क्या, एस को अगर बी हटा देंगे तो ये सब प्रोडक्शन आप मिस कर रहे हैं ना, तो आपको लिखना ही होगा. और एग्जांपल लेंगे हम. तो सिमिलरली वी विल फाइंड फॉर नाउ ए ऑन बी. ठीक है, अब ए ऑन बी के लिए पता करेंगे, इसका भी लिख देते हैं. तो बी का क्या था, बी को क्या क्या मिला, बी को बी बी ए और क्या मिला, यहाँ बी सी मिला. ठीक है, ये भी हम बी का किए थे. अब ए का करते हैं. ए का बी प्रोडक्शन मिस हो गया ना, मैं अब ए को यहाँ से करता हूँ, ए का पता करता हूँ. ए पहले बी डिराइव कर रहा था, अब बी डिराइव नहीं कर रहा है. तो क्या मिस हो रहा है, बी क्या क्या डिराइव कर रहा है, बी ए और बी भी डिराइव कर रहा है. देखिए फिर हमें ए मिल गया तो हम रुक जाते हैं. तो अब हम बी अगर हटाएंगे तो ये प्रोडक्शन हम मिस कर रहे हैं. ए अब बी भी डिराइव नहीं कर रहा है तो हम लिख दें. तो ये हमारा हो गया फाइनल आंसर, जो यहाँ पे हो जाएगा बी. क्लियर है, स्टेप 2 में हमें ये मिल गया. एस डिराइव्स ए बी, A derives A, B derives C, B, C कैपिटल C है. ठीक है, B derives E, then E derives A. ठीक है, अब इसका करेंगे, कीजिए क्या होगा बताइए. यूनिट प्रोडक्शन इन दिस ग्रामर क्या होगा, B derives C, E derives E, ये दो यूनिट प्रोडक्शन. B derives ये, यहाँ बीच में C derives D होगा. ठीक है, फिर D derives C, फिर D derives. ये प्रोडक्शन में मिस कर दिया था, लिख लीजिए आप लोग. So C derives D is also there. B derives C, unit production. C derives D, unit production. D derives E is a unit production. Step 2. Write the grammar without having the unit production. S derives AB, A derives A, B derives B, then E derives A. Now, the production which you are going to miss out of, since you are not including this unit production, that you will include. So, if you removed B derives C. So, because of C was going to D, then because of D was going to E, then because of E was going to A. So previously B was generating A, but it was not generating now. So after removing C, this production, you are missing the product variable A, so then that's why you have to include A also. ठीक है, आपको A भी include करना है क्योंकि अब C आ रहा है, इसे हटा रहे हैं तो आपको इसे include करना पड़ेगा. Now this production also you are missing out. D derives E. Now with E it will go to A. So now D is not generating anything. D should generate A. D should generate A. Now C derives D. You have removed that. Now with D it can go to E. Now with E it can go to A. So C should generate A. C should generate A. That also you have to include. Okay. C should generate. Yeah. C should generate A. D should also generate A. Okay. So this is the answer you are going to get. This 3 production you have removed. देखिए यहाँ पे करते क्या है, ये 3 प्रोडक्शन हम रिमूव किए. इसके रिमूव करने के बाद कौन कौन सा जो स्ट्रिंग्स हमारा मिस हो रहा है उसे बस हम उस प्रोडक्शन में जाके लिख देते हैं. बी पहले ए जनरेट कर रहा था, इसको हटाने से सी से अब नहीं हो रहा है तो हम लिख दिए. सी पहले डी जनरेट कर रहा था, अब लेकिन उसे हटा दिए तो ये अब सी ए जनरेट नहीं कर पा रहा है तो हमने लिख दिया सी जनरेट. ओके, तो वी आर जस्ट seeing what are the strings we are missing out of if we are removing the production, if we are removing the given production B derives C or D derives C. So because of that only we are writing the strings. Is it clear? सबको clear है क्या? Going to we are seeing that after removing unit production from the grammar we are getting useless symbol like E, D, C. We are never going to use these 3 production. So we have to also remove the that useless symbol from the grammar. Am I clear? Is it clear? So after removing, that's why we are following this step. So after removing unit production, after removing unit production from the grammar, after removing unit production from the grammar, we are getting useless symbol in the grammar. So we have to remove. Useless symbol. So we have to also remove. Useless symbol from the grammar. If it is done, then please let me know. I will go to the next slide and then we will see elimination of useless symbol. So it is saying that after removing unit production from the grammar, we get useless symbol in the grammar. Okay, we are going to get useless symbol in the grammar. So we have to also remove the useless symbol from the grammar. Okay, because it is of no use. So now we will see elimination of. ये हम लोग का लास्ट टॉपिक है सिंप्लीफिकेशन. वी आर गोइंग टू डू एलिमिनेशन ऑफ यूजलेस सिंबल. ओके, तो यूजलेस सिंबल क्या है वो लिख लीजिए. व्हाट इज यूजलेस सिंबल? फर्स्ट राइट, इफ ए वेरिएबल is able to generate derive string of terminal or some terminal, then it might be useful. So if a variable is able to derive some string of terminal or some terminal, then it might be useful. If it is deriving some terminal or some string, okay, only one terminal or some terminal, string of terminal or only some terminal, then it might be useful. Even when it is able to, here I have written it might be useful. Okay, if it is generating some terminal, then it might be useful. Even it is able to derive, when it is able to derive some string, if there is no way, we could reach from the start symbol, from the start symbol to that symbol, then there is no way, we could actually use that production in any derivation. Is first thing is we should see the derivability of non-terminal, and second thing is we could see the reachability of that particular non-terminal. If these two things are guaranteed, then we can say that the symbol is useful. Please write it first, then let me know. I will explain that what I mean. I am saying that if a variable is able to derive some string, okay, then it might be useful. Even it is able to derive some string, and if you are not able to reach from the start symbol, then it is going to be useless. Okay, so you have to see two things. Here I am saying that first you see the derivability, whether any symbol is deriving some string or not. If it is deriving, then it might be useful. How we can say that it is useful? If from start symbol we reach, from start symbol we reach that string, that symbol, if from start symbol if we reach that non-terminal, then we can say that that symbol is useful. See what I mean, that first is derivability. When we can say that non-terminal is derivable, if it is deriving some string. Now if from start symbol it is reachable, then only we can say that this non-terminal is useful. So we have to see both derivability as well as reachability, because if it's deriving some string and we can't reach from the start symbol, then it is going to be useless. See here the previous example, this e, it is having a derivability, it is also having a derivability, but from start symbol we are not able to reach this non-terminal e, d, c, so we have removed this. So we can remove this. This is the elimination of or removal of useless symbol. Am I clear? So you have to see two things. One, whether a non-terminal is deriving some terminal or not. If it is deriving some terminal, If it is deriving some terminal, then it might be useful. We have to check whether from start symbol whether we are reaching the whether reaching that non-terminal or not. If we are reaching that non-terminal, then it is guarantee useful. Okay, so first you have to check derivability, then you have to check reachability. Is it clear? देखिए, पहले डेरिवेबिलिटी मतलब क्या है, आपको देखना है कि नॉन टर्मिनल स्ट्रिंग जनरेट कर रहा है कि नहीं. अगर वो जनरेट कर रहा है तो वो यूजफुल हो सकता है, लेकिन अगर स्टार्ट सिंबल से वो पहुंच ही नहीं रहा है तो यूजफुल नहीं है. लेकिन स्टार्ट सिंबल से अगर वो नॉन टर्मिनल में पहुंच पा रहे तो यूजफुल है. देखिए, एग्जांपल से क्लियर हो जाएगा. तो मैं नोट्स लिखा दिया हूँ, एग्जांपल से अच्छे से क्लियर होगा. देखिए, जैसे ये आपका ग्रामर है, ठीक है, ये आपका ग्रामर है, ये आपका ग्रामर है. यहाँ टर्मिनल क्या है, ए बी, और यहाँ वर्टिसेस क्या है, एस ए बी सी. ठीक है, ये आपके नॉन टर्मिनल है, ये आपके टर्मिनल है. तो आपको देखना है पहले कि सारा जो नॉन टर्मिनल है क्या वो कोई स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट कर रहा है कि नहीं, कोई टर्मिनल को जनरेट कर रहा है कि नहीं. एस जनरेट कर रहा है ए को, तो जो नॉन टर्मिनल है कि वो डेरिवल है. ठीक है, हमें पहले डेरिवेबिलिटी पता करना है. ए बी को जनरेट कर रहा है, हाँ, तो ये डेरिवल है. बी सी को जनरेट कर रहा है, फिर सी फिर ए सी के पास जा रहा है, फिर ए सी आ जा रहा है, फिर वो बी के पास आ रहा है. देखिए, ये लूप हो गया है, बी सी का लूप हो गया है. बी कोई भी स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं कर पा रहा है, वो बी का लूप हो जा रहा है. तो बी डेरिवल नहीं है, तो बी को हम हटा देंगे. सी का भी देखते हैं, सी ए सी जा रहा है, फिर ए सी जा रहा है, फिर ए सी जा रहा है, फिर वो बी के पास ही जा रहा है, फिर वो बी के पास ही चला जाएगा, फिर वो ए सी आया, फिर वो ए बी चला जाएगा. तो क्या हो गया, ये भी डेरिवल नहीं है. तो जो ये दोनों डेरिवल नहीं है तो उसको हटा देंगे. समझ में आया? पहले क्या, हमें डेरिवेबिलिटी देखना है कि सारा जो नॉन टर्मिनल है कोई स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट कर रहा है कि नहीं. तो हम देख रहे हैं बी सी कोई स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट कर ही नहीं रहा है, तो हम उसे हटा दिए. फिर क्या करेंगे, राइट हैंड साइड में जाएंगे इस प्रोडक्शन में, जहाँ भी बी या सी होगा, जहाँ भी बी या सी होगा उसे हम हटा देंगे. यहाँ बी ए सी हटा देंगे, यहाँ पर बी ए हटा देंगे. तो स्टेप 1 के बाद क्या बचेगा? तो आफ्टर स्टेप 1 वी आर गोइंग टू गेट ओनली एस डिराइव्स ए एंड ए डिराइव्स बी. So what we are doing here in step 1, we are first seeing whether it is derivable or not. So AS is able to derive one string, yeah, means derivable. A is deriving B, small b, yeah, it's derivable. Now if you check B is generating C, then again with C you will go to AC, AC, AC. Now C can again go to B, B, again you got B, means it is a loop of B. Similarly C is generating AC, then again AAC, then again AAC, then again if you use this production, C you can replace with B. So again you are getting B is a not derivable, again you will get B, again B can generate C. Okay, so again you are getting a loop. So B and C is not derivable, it is not generating any string. So you have to remove the production B and C, and also go to the right hand side of all the production, wherever you will see either B or C you have to remove that. Here you are getting B, you remove that. Here you are getting B, you remove that, either B and C. So after step 1 you are getting S derives A and S derives small a and A derives small b. Now step 2 is you have to check the reachability. This two production is generating the string. Now you have to see the reachability, whether from start symbol the non-terminal A is reachable. No, it is not reachable. A is not reachable from start symbol. A is not reachable from start symbol. So S derives A is your only answer. See, we have written the grammar was having so much thing, but it was only generating a small a. That's why we require the elimination of. So that's why we require elimination, all this simplification. Am I clear? So it is just generating S derives A, but it was having so many things. क्वेश्चन पे जाते हैं. S derives AB, AC. स्टेप 1 नहीं है मुझे. स्टेप 1 आपको क्या है ना, सिर्फ देखना है कि वो स्ट्रिंग कि नॉन टर्मिनल क्या स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट कर रहा है कि नहीं। ये नॉन टर्मिनल ए स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट कर दिया ए से, ये भी नॉन टर्मिनल एक स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट कर दिया, लेकिन बी देखिए, बी प्रोडक्शन आप यूज कीजिए, कोई भी स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं कर पाएगा, सी भी कोई भी स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं कर पाएगा। तो अब बी सी प्रोडक्शन को आपको डिलीट करना रहेगा। जो नॉन टर्मिनल कोई भी स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं करेगा आप उसे डिलीट कर दीजिए, और राइट हैंड साइड में जाइए और देखिए कहीं पर भी अगर बी या सी रहेगा तो उसे हटा दीजिए। बी यहाँ, बी और सी यहाँ दोनों तो हटा दीजिए, यहाँ ए बी दोनों है तो हटा दीजिए। ओके, सो इफ एनी vertex or non-terminal is not generating a string, then remove the production of that, and also go and check in the right hand side of any production wherever you will see either B and C, and then remove that production. एग्जाम्पल से ये चीजें अच्छे से क्लियर होती है। देखिए अब यहाँ पे कैसे करेंगे, स्टेप 1 क्या बोल रहा है, क्या पता कीजिए कि वो कोई स्ट्रिंग जनरेट कर रहा है कि नहीं। ए जनरेट कर दिया, स्ट्रिंग जनरेट कर दिया, मतलब डेरिवल है। बी को कैसे करे, बी को बी भी ए किया, फिर ए से ए कर दिया, बी भी डेरिवल है। सो ए और बी दोनों डेरिवल है, ठीक है। नाउ सी डेरिवल है कि नहीं यहाँ पे सी ए बी, और ए के जगह पे मैं स्मॉल ए कर दिया, फिर ये सी का लूप हो जा रहा है। फिर अगर मैं जाऊँगा, अगर ये करूँगा फिर सी का लूप हो जाएगा, तो मैं इसमें डी पे चला जाता हूँ, ए डी बी, तो डी पे चले गए, डी पे बी का लूप है और फिर सी आ जा रहा है, तो फिर सी ही आ जाएगा। मतलब सी भी कोई स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं कर पा रहा है, सी कोई स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं कर पा रहा है, और डी भी कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा, डी का लूप है, फिर ए सी आ रहा है, सी तो कुछ कर ही नहीं, मतलब सी डी कोई भी स्ट्रिंग को जनरेट नहीं कर पा रहा है। तो इस दोनों को हम डिलीट कर देंगे, और यहाँ देखेंगे जहां पर भी राइट हैंड साइड में या सी या डी होगा उसे भी डिलीट कर देंगे। यहाँ सी है, डिलीट कर दिए, और कहीं सी या डी है, नहीं है। तो स्टेप 1 के पास हमारे पास ये मिलेगा। आफ्टर स्टेप 1 वी आर गोइंग टू गेट S derives AB, then A derives AAB, then BAA, then B derives BBA, AAB, and AB. Now check whether from start symbol whether we can reach A and B. Yeah, start symbol A पहुंच के B. So this is the answer. Step 2 में भी यही मिलेगा हमको. All the symbols are reachable from the start symbol. All these symbols are reachable. All these symbols are reachable from the start symbol. All these symbols are reachable from the start symbol. From the starting symbol. इसे हटा दीजिए. From the starting symbol. So all these symbol are useful. So all these symbol are, that's why all these symbol are useful. Clear है? Is it clear to you? चलिए, डाउट क्लियर हो गया मतलब आप लोगों का। एक और एग्जांपल करते हैं, इससे और अच्छे से क्लियर होगा। टर्मिनल मैं आपका ले लेता हूँ ये भी। अब ये आप लोग ट्राई करके मुझे बताएंगे, ठीक है। मैं नहीं करूँगा, मैं बाद में करूँगा, पहले आप लोग मुझे बताइए क्या होगा इसका आंसर। ट्राई कीजिए आप लोग। चलिए बताइए। तो स्टेप 1, सी वेदर it is generating A derives derivability, we will check A derives A, yeah, done. B derives A, done, derival. So A derives BAB. Now from this B I can have A, so derival. So A B S is derival. Now C derives CA, C derives CA. Okay, there I am not able to write. C derives CA. Now in place of C, in place of A you can substitute A triple A. So it is having a loop. C, 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 then again AC. So it is having a loop of C. It is having C is not terminating. It is not generating any string. It is having a loop of C. Means you have to delete this, and also you have to go to the right hand side of all the production. Wherever you will see C, you have to remove it. See why I am removing from right hand side wherever I am getting C, because there is no C production. There is no C production. Because you are removing this production, there is no more C production. Then where, if A will derive BAC, where it will go? So that's why we are even removing the production which is having C in it, because you have already removed the production which is having C. Am I clear? So after step 1, your production is going to look like this. The production is going to look like this. There only I am doing so that you will able to understand. After this, you are going to look like this. After the step 1, the production, the grammar is going to look like this. Now you have to check whether from start symbol all the production are reachable or not. From start symbol you are able to reach B, yeah, reachable, but A is not reachable. See, from start symbol you are not able to reach A. Start symbol B, now through B also you are not able to reach A, so you have to remove this. So in step 2, so it means A is having a derivability, it is having a derivable of a string, but from start symbol it is not reachable, so you have removed also. Am I clear? So after step 2, you are going to get this grammar. So after removal of useless symbol, you are going to get this in the grammar. Clear है सभी को? Is it clear to all of you? Clear है क्या? तो हमने सिंप्लीफिकेशन ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट फ्री ग्रामर देख लिए, कंप्लीट हो गया हमारा सिंप्लीफिकेशन. टू सिंप्लीफाई द कॉन्टेक्स्ट फ्री ग्रामर, और अच्छा रहेगा कि हम लोग कल ही इसको शुरुआत करें. बस इसको लिख देता हूं. टू सिंप्लीफाई कॉन्टेक्स्ट फ्री ग्रामर, we first do null removal. Then unit production removal, then unit production removal, then unit production removal, and at last useless symbol, elimination, and at last we are going to see useless symbol elimination. We will do at last, we are going to do this. Always we are going to use this procedure, because if you will remove useless symbol, first, then and after doing null removal, then again you will get unit production, then again you will get useless symbol. You should follow this step. To simplify the context free grammar, you first do null removal, then unit production removal, and at last useless symbol elimination, because after removing null production, is it done? First let me know. Removing null production, we might get unit production, and useless symbol in it, and then after eliminating, then after eliminating unit production, we might get useless symbol, symbols in grammar. We might get useless symbols in grammar. So we should follow this procedure. So we should follow this procedure. Unit production and useless symbol in it, and then after eliminating unit production we might get useless symbol in the grammar. So we should follow this procedure. इसलिए हमेशा इसी प्रोसीड्यूर को फॉलो करेंगे.